Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment, let me know your thoughts on the story. Now CASISDEAD is regarded as an oddball, or non-conformist rapper, in the best possible way. His subject matter is thought-provoking, raw and emotional, so much so that he had no problem building a cult following, gathering oddball music lovers from around the globe. So when CASISDEAD took home the award for Best Hip-Hop/Rap/Grime Act at the Brits 2024, beating the likes of Central C, Little Sims, Dave and J Hus, a few 100,000 people were not surprised. After all, his album, Famous Last Words, was considered one of the most compelling and engrossing albums that portrayed characters that suffered loss and immeasurable life issues. The 23-track album was sonically amazing. However, if you are a mainstream music consumer, then you would say Central C was hard done by. So, why CASISDEAD? Why is he held in such regard when he shuns mainstream media and has taken a 5-year hiatus with no mention of the reason? Now people would then ask themselves, who is CASISDEAD? Now CASISDEAD, who's also known as Cas and formerly Castro Saint, hailed from Tottenham. Now it was reported growing up CASISDEAD was close to Skepta, Jamie, Pablo and Bossman Birdie, to name a few, mainly the set from Meridian, even allegedly appearing in their music videos. Now not a lot is known about CASISDEAD's childhood, and when music bloggers have attempted to interview him, he was either silent or there were strict rules not to ask about his childhood, his private life or where he had been between 2007 to 2012 when the hiatus took place. Now one thing CASISDEAD alluded to was that growing up in Tottenham was hard. He was raised by his mum and his dad was in and out of his life, mostly out. Now Cas actually described his dad as a C-U-N, you know the last letter. Now allegedly CASISDEAD was not a gangster, but he was affiliated with Meridian, and as a teenager he was selling Class A gear, despite being a self-described nerd and a weirdo, and actually a smart person achieving A's and B's. Now the fact that Cas trapped, it made it possible for him to buy a BMW. However, in an area like Tottenham, jealousy was rife, and on one occasion it was alleged that his beloved BMW was confiscated by Northumberland Park gang members before Sin Squad was even established. They even took money from him. Now in the interview, CASISDEAD explained that he is not alright. He explained that he has never been alright, and that emotions devoid runs through his music and his appearance. Now the fact that he wears a mask is to create a clear barricade, a barrier between everything that's going on and everything that's not right with the world, and even possibly himself, like self-annihilation, overdoses. Drugs ran deep through CASISDEAD's music, the feeling of being numb. Just think back to his 2014 song, Drugs Don't Work. CASISDEAD rapped, looking out on London Bridge, thinking about throwing myself off. He also explained death is everywhere, it's coming for us all, it's just a matter of time. Now in order to control those dark emotions, CASISDEAD started taking gear when he was in school. He smoked and then later started to do coke as well as drink. Now it was the only way that he could continue to go through this dark life. Now Cas compared coke to the cigars, saying it was best enjoyed when celebrating, even though he has got it under control now, and possibly he did have to go to rehab during that hiatus. Now, when asked about what he did during his 5-year hiatus, Cas explained he lived. However, prior to 2007, CASISDEAD was known as Castro Saint, and he was doing grime music. He was a grime artist appearing with proper production, and also P Money and of course Jamie. Now when Castro Saint reappeared in 2012, he now had the moniker CASISDEAD. So Cas explained if you listen to his music, you'll be able to deduce what he went through. Fans have speculated that Cas had gone through rehab and then suffered from a serious illness like cancer, and that may be one of the reasons why he wears the mask. Now phone calls from Commercial 2, Castro says that this all had to coincide with the news that is eating up my insides. Again, that's probably a clue to what he's been through. If you look back on CASISDEAD's discography, his music will tell a story that consists of over 100 million lifetimes. He can literally be talking about anyone's life at any time, at any moment, in any place. Most important thing to take away from his music is to live life, because ultimately it will all be over eventually. The fact that CASISDEAD won a Brit Award for the Best Hip Hop Act in 2024 was not a coincidence. His music proved it, and of course so did his fan core base. Stay safe, safe,